Hello, subscribers. Welcome back to another movie review. I'm going to try to get these three movies in one video. Um, it's the Basket Case Trilogy. I'm going to try to do this review in just one video. Before I start the movie review, movie Basket Case was made in 1982, which was about 36 years ago, and it's definitely became a cult classic after all these years. And also, I didn't get to see this movie until after I saw the second movie. The second movie was playing on like HBO Cinemax or something like that in 1991, and I watched it. And then in '92, I finally was able to rent Basket Case because the video store that I lived at didn't have it, so I had to go to Blockbuster to rent it. And we didn't have a Blockbuster in the town that I lived. And then after that, I did see part three. So basically, that's just a little backstory of how I got into the Basket Case films. Now, Basket Case, this is the DVD copy. I know that there's a box set with all three, and one of these days I will get them. But the special features on this DVD are pretty interesting. You have an auto commentary by the director and actress Beverly Bonner and the producer Edgar Evans. You have the theatrical trailers plus two TV spots. You have outtakes and behind the scenes footage from the director's personal collection, the special video short, and the search of the Hotel Broslin, which is part of the film. A gallery of basket case art and never before seen photos, two rare radio spots, radio interview with Terry Susan Smith, who plays Dwayne Bradley's um, love interest in this, and then clips from the Beverly Bonner's comedy TV show. The inside is pretty much just a typical inside, and so before I get into the review, the basic cover of this it says the tenant in room 7 is very small, very twisted, and very mad. So basically, the basic storyline of this film is Dwayne Bradley had a Siamese twin. When he was younger, it was removed from him, and they he presumed that it was dead, and he was not. So he goes. I guess when they cut him up, and when he gets out of the surgery, he goes to find that his brother is still alive. So he puts him in a basket, and as he's getting older, he goes to New York City, and he's walking around with a basket with his Siamese twin in it, which is interesting because you're not back in 1982 and even nowadays, you never hear about Siamese twins. I mean, there might have been some in the news and stuff like that, but um, it was a really good movie. It's really gory. The performances are some of them are outlandish. Um, the actor who plays Dwayne Bradley, Kevin Van Henterick, I believe that's how you say his name. He did a really good performance. He's the one main guy that played in all three Basket Case films. His girlfriend, supposed girl, his friend, his girl that he's interested in, this Terry Susan Smith. She was not a bad-looking young lady. I think she really didn't do much after this. I do know that she did was wearing a wig. From the commentaries and things like that. Beverly Bonner, the lady that who actually does play in all three of them, and she's a really great actress too. I mean, she's um, funny, and this does have a lot of great moments in the movie, especially when these people that live in the hotel that he goes to, which is called the Hotel Broslin, which is not a real hotel, but it was for the film. They keep saying, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" And he's in. You don't want to know what's in the box. So, but Belial is the Siamese twin of Dwayne Bradley, and some controversy scenes in the movie. Belial gets out and he goes to the girl that he likes, and ends up killing her, and he's sitting on top of her, and it looks like they're having sex and that. But um, and let's see here. Another big mention of this is directed by Frank Henenlotter. He's directed all three films. He's directed some other films like Brain Damage and Bad Biology and Frankenhooker. I mean, he's a great director. He actually does a lot of stuff for the Something Weird video thing. Um, yeah, the basic storyline is basically him just keeping his brother in a basket and then going to New York City and trying to live the life without having his brother with him, and his brother ends up just killing people in the hotel and things, and um, towards the end of the movie, he jumps off the railing and kills both him and his brother. So when you saw the movie in 1982, you're like, okay, that's how they ended the movie. So in 1990, they go and make a sequel and kind of step over, like, forget about kind of the ending of that movie. Which, to be honest with you, if they didn't make a 2 and 3, this would have definitely been just a great cult classic film. And I'm kind of amused and I'm kind of happy and that they have not made a remake to this film. So it probably wouldn't go as well off as today as it did back then. Now the next one is Bax's Case 2. Belial is back, and this time he's brought along a few friends. Now this one's an more interesting telling of the Basket Case series. Um, Dwayne Bradley and his brother, they follow. They after they this is how they describe it. After they survive the hospital window, the two brothers are a target of the media, and Dwayne's aunt, Granny Ruth, takes the duo away to her secluded mansion where there's other freaks um, that she keeps. So and then you have a reporter going in there trying to find the location of the mutants, um, and then you've got this another love interest that's played by Heather Radare. You may remember her from the Wilderness Family Mountain Adventures that they did back in the 70s. Um, and who plays Granny Ruth is Annie Ross. She really did a great performance in that. So did Kevin Van Hentrick. He definitely did another great performance in this. A little side note is that one of the mutants is played by Ron Fazio. He won a lot of who's Ron Fazio. Well, Ron Fazio was the guy who played in the costume in Toxic Avenger 2 and 3 as Toxie. Um, this is basically the story. The storyline is pretty much he's trying to keep away, and he finds these mutants, and these mutants trying to help him kill, and you know they Belial actually finds another person, a girl this time that's like him. He's got just 2 arms and stretching this little small body, and then they end up having sex in the movie, and then you got the Dwayne Bradley. He wants to keep his brother with him, so he ends up at the end of the movie. He ends up sewing Belial back to his side, which it was originally at. So that's basically how the Basket Case 2 goes, and so um, so next one would be Basket Case 3. Now that one is the craziest of the series because that one's called the Progeny. It's time to build a bigger basket. That's the cover of it. Now this one is shows that Belial and that young Siamese twin girl end up having a bunch of little Belial babies in this, and it's definitely way out there compared to the other 2 films. Still interesting film series, but you have they try the family with all the mutants and stuff. They end up going back to they end up going to a different town, and some of the craziness that ensues on there is just way out there. I do know that the little baby Belials are running around, and some of the cop and some of the locals end up stepping on and squishing them, splatting them on the floor. It's kind of hilarious, and towards the end of the movie, Belial gets in like this mechanicalized thing where he can actually the field looks like he has legs, and he's walking around with this mechanical thing. Out of the series, this one was probably my least favorite, but it does have great qualities of the film. I mean, it's like I said, it's out there. You got baby Belials, you got craziness ensues with the cop and people, how they get killed, their faces get stretched out all over the place, and eyes bug out. It's all in good fun. I mean, all these films are not um, grade A horror films or anything like that. They're real campy. They're funny. Especially 2 and 3 definitely got that hilarity aspect of them. And yeah, so basically the if I was going to rate these, I would rate probably the first one. I would give 4 stars out of 5. If I'm going by Internet Movie Database's rating, I would give this a 7 out of 10. And then Basket Case 2, I would give 3 stars, or or I'd give it 6 out of 10 stars. And then the third one I would give to good. I would give good. I would give it 3 stars, and I'd give it a 5.5 on Internet Movie Database. So yeah, that's basically the Basket Case Trilogy review. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I'm trying to think if there's any other aspects that I forgot to mention in the series. Like I said, I do know that these are available on Blu-ray in 2 different separate boxes. They got um, overseas has got a box set, and then I believe they came out here in the United States with a box set as well, or they came out separate. Um, but eventually I'll get those, but I'm very happy with the ones I do have, because these got some. Well, I didn't say it, but the second one, the only special features really in the second one is the one actor who played in Dawn of the Dead, the flyboy, the guy that drives the pilot that drives the airplane and stuff. David MG. He's actually in that movie. He plays one of the freaks in that. He ends up playing in the movie. They have an interview with him on there. There's a behind the scenes, and then that's pretty much it. The only thing on the third one is a trailer. But like, there's definitely a better special feature on the Blu-ray set, which it's kind of like a anniversary kind of thing. It talks about the whole series. But like I said, I'm kind of surprised and kind of glad that they've not made a remake to this. I just don't know how well it would perceive in today's world, with Marvel movies taking over the multiplexes and taking over the box office. And um, but anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this Basket Case Trilogy review. And if you enjoyed this, if you have any comments, leave them down below. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, and I'll check you on the next review.